It's happening, folks! We're going to be doing an Arch Linux installation video at last. Hello everyone on YouTube. Welcome back to another video. This is Jordan here. Yeah, I shouldn't have to say that. But finally, after, if all goes according to plan, after 3 years, I'm going to be doing an up-to-date Arch installation video. Now you're going to want to follow my instructions exactly.
Text on the way download.
As long as you've got an Arch. As long as you've got an Arch installation.
IBM.
Or you've got an Arch ISO.
Last one vocalite drop Windows mic. Last IBM mic admin.
I don't have an Arch ISO, so I'm going to go ahead and get one.
Camera, Microsoft Store, Microsoft download, command prompt, command download.
Close out of all these.
Camera settings, download, download camera, now camera, downloads.
Let's open Firefox.
Run, folder, frame, Mozilla Firefox, navigation toolbar, combo box collapsed, search with Google.
And what you want to do is, we're going to download Arch Linux because I don't have an Arch ISO, so. Now you could just go download Arch Linux from the official website, but I know my exact mirror, so I'm going to go type that in instead. mirror.bytemark.co.uk. It'll let me go on
Chrome, browser content black Firefox. Download bytemark.
Here it is.
Link, free Arch Linux link.
Here we go, there's Arch Linux.
Bytemark, mirror busy, link graphic.
This is a UK mirror, so it's the fastest for me anyway, because I'm in the United Kingdom.
Link graphic.
I believe it's over in London, I believe, Bytemark.
Fair communicum, core test core extras xx gnome images ISO link.
I want the ISO.
A gnome, bytemark, mirror, link
I
graphic.
want the latest.
Lang, latest link. With bytemark,
Right.
mirror.
Now this is how you download Arch Linux anyway, because you can pick from you'll be picking from the mirrors. So when it asks, click the latest, and it'll redirect you to the proper ISO file. Now,
Link, fair Arch link, Arch Linux 2024.09.01x80, Arch Linux 2024.09.01x8664 ISO sig link, Arch Linux 2024.09.01x8664 ISO link. Bytemark, mirror, Mozilla,
okay,
Arch Linux
now
2000, Arch
I'm
Linux
downloading.
2000 bytemark.
Now I'm downloading the ISO, so this is going to take a while. It's about a 1 gigabyte download. Now, I'm doing this inside a virtual machine, so some of you may not be able to install Arch. Now, there may be plenty of reasons for this. Let me clear my throat. Yeah, there may be plenty of reasons for this, but the most common reason is you can't use speech because there's no audio in the installer. So that's a problem. What you will hear though, if you try and install Arch though, is a constant beep. So all you need to do is press the down arrow key until you hear 2 beeps, and then it should stop, and then press enter. And normally what should be happening is that you should hear your speech synthesizer asking you a question, or in this case saying, please select sound card for speech output. And you should hear a beep on that sound card. But if you don't hear a beep on the sound card, or you don't hear the instructions, then it means that your sound card isn't being detected by Arch. Now the same can be said in Slint, and I think the reason is eSpeak-Up, it might be the system altogether. Or maybe they've actually moved the speech option. I don't know myself. So until someone can verify, I won't be installing this on my system anytime soon. Well, I could, If I download the October 2021 ISO file and then update the Pacman keyrings, that ISO still works, by the way. You can install Arch from that. But since I'm going to be installing Arch inside a VirtualBox, this is neither a problem. But for those who want to install this on their system, kindly let people know in the comments so that they can follow along. Now, since I'm waiting for the download, the other reason why you won't be able to install Arch is because your system is using Secure Boot. Now you may need Started Assistance to turn this off. But otherwise, you should be good to go if you're not having any of those problems. And I recommend VirtualBox for this because VirtualBox supports Arch Linux and you can install Arch from VirtualBox. So yeah, don't try and do this in VMware. You can't anyway. VMware is no longer free and VMware Player is no longer being maintained. You have to get VMware Pro. And that involves signing up for a Qualcomm account. I mean Broadcom. So we're waiting for the Arch Linux ISO to download. This shouldn't take too long. I mean, I'm using Firefox for this because Firefox is good at keeping track of downloads, and let's be honest with you, Firefox is probably one of the best browsers out there, and we're going to be installing it, and I'm going to be using it in Arch anyway. Oh, look at that! That's telling you that my Arch download is ready now. So now I can go ahead and install Arch Linux.
Downloads. Downloads window pane. Stat items view list. Date
Reminders.
modified
Espresso. Today. 12:12. To open the notifications menu, press Control Option N.
Type state modif. Name split button. Last month grouping.
Before we go ahead, how's everyone feeling about macOS Sequoia? I personally hate it because VoiceOver keeps on freezing. Hey, I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean.
Finder. VLC. Mail. Safari. Firefox. Firefox.
I type into the address bar.
Firefox. Mozilla web content.
Nothing there.
Select.
But if I try and type,
Yata. Comma search with the YouTube. Web.
okay, good. So far, so good.
HT.
What about Twitter?
HT.
Yeah.
Web con.
Okay.
Home ed.
So far, so good. It's not.
Home ed.
It isn't freezing.
HT. G.
And what do you know? VoiceOver has frozen.
Welcome to macOS. VoiceOver is on. Firefox. Inbox. 9. Close tab.
So I can't really use my Mac the same way I used to do. Because Firefox, well, it's not Firefox. VoiceOver is completely broken in macOS Sequoia. At least for Intel Macs. If you're on an M1 Mac, you might not be having any of the issues. But enough about VoiceOver and our macOS Sequoia wars. We're going to go ahead and install Arch Linux. So make sure you've got the Arch. Here it is, our ISO. And we're going to go ahead and start the installation. Now I'm going to be using VirtualBox. Now if you're going to follow along with me, if you need to download VirtualBox, make sure to download version 6.1. I know it's end of life, but it's the last version of VirtualBox that worked with NVDA. And it's the last screen reader friendly version of VirtualBox, and it's likely the only screen reader friendly virtual machine software we've got at the moment. Now that VMware basically killed VMware Player. You can still get it, but I don't advise it. VMware Workstation Player was a good option, and obviously it doesn't support Arch, but it supports other distributions. Well, installation wise. Now, I'm ready to go ahead and install Arch.
Byte mark mirror Mozilla byte.
I can close Firefox down now, I don't need that.
Downloads with Camera. Download. Camera. Download.
This is a
So what I'm
reminder.
going to do
Too much
is, time is it?
12:15.
12:15. We've got plenty of time.
Too much
So
milk.
I should probably have a fully functional arch system by 12:40. We're aiming for that. So now, let me open VirtualBox.
All that camera. Microsoft Oracle VM. VirtualBox C program.
It wants me to update, but I'm not. NVDA isn't compatible with the latest version of Qt, so
Oracle V edit enter button. Edit button. Select where Linux.
you've seen me create new virtual machines before, so I'm going to do a refresher.
Create virtual machine dialog.
I'm going to call it Arch Linux.
Toolbar. Down combo box C. Users type. Down combo box Linux version. Down combo box Arch Linux. 64
Look
bit.
at that, it knows exactly what I want.
Expert.
And obviously it's 64-bit, there is no 32-bit version of Arch.
Next enter button.
click next.
Slider 1020. 1150.
I've got 12 gigabytes of RAM in this computer, so I'm going to give it 8 gigabytes.
34. 440. 67. 81. 92.
8192, that corresponds to 8 gigabytes of RAM
Next enter spin button 80.
of memory.
Slide cancel. Next spin slider cancel. Next enter.
Click next.
Create a virtual hard disk now. Alt C radio button checked.
Create a virtual hard disk now. Do I want to go in? Yeah. Create a virtual hard disk now.
Create enter button. Create V8.
I always do VHD because they're cross-compatible.
Next enter button. Dynamically allocate. Next enter cancel. Dynamically.
Dynamically allocated.
Next step unavailable. Edit button slide 20. Edit knob 52.0.
I'm going to
Slide
give my
28. Edit knob 88.00.
88 gigabytes.
Create enter button. But virtual box button. Arch Linux.
Now, our virtual machine is created. Now, we need to set things up.
Arch Linux.
So, we're going
Allows
to our
Mother processor slider 1, 2, 3, 4. Processor allows the navigate user storage.
set our processor up.
Split type. Use of list all list. Controller. Id list. Empty.
I'm going to go ahead and
Menu. Choose create a virtual optical.
choose create a virtual,
Choose a disk.
choose a disk file,
Please choose item date grouping. Date Arch Linux.
and there's my Arch
Split Arch Linux.
ISO.
Virtual live image 1.c. List OK and Oracle VM.
Fingers crossed we can get a working Arch system on in this video.
But Arch Linux.
You ready? I am.
Men set it won't move extra root start alt start alt
We're
T
gonna start.
start alt N. Oracle VM Virtual Box Manager Windows split button list Arch Linux powered off Oracle VM Virtual Box Arch Linux starting Oracle VM Virtual Box Arch Linux running Oracle VM Virtual Box.
Now, down arrow key once and enter. And we should get speech. And because we're doing this in a virtual machine, this will work. This will pick up through the Windows audio interface. I hope anyway. I hope I can get speech on this thing.
OK started software speech output for speaker. OK finished screen reader service. OK started getting on TTY1. OK reached target login prompt. Arch Linux 6.10.7 Arch 1-1 TTY1. Arch ISO login. Root automatic login. To install Arch Linux, follow the installation guide. https://wiki.archlinux.org/title/installation guide. For Wi-Fi, authenticate to the wireless network using the ILCTL utility. For mobile broadband W1 modems, connect with the McLI utility. Ethernet, WLAN and W1 interfaces using DHCP should work automatically. After connecting to the internet, the installation guide can be accessed via the convenience script installation guide root at Arch ISO.
Right. Since we're connected, we're going to tap Arch install.
ARCHARL. Checking version. Set/modify the below options. Arch install that, Arch install that, Arch install that.
And just as I suspected, we can't normally
Mail deliveries.
we can't normally navigate. So I'm going to go ahead and close.
Set/modify.
I can't.
Arch install that.
I can't close
Set
this.
slash modify the set one root at Arch ISO.
There we go. we need to set speak up to highlight tracking. So I believe...
Mark. Cut. Mark. Cut. Highlight tracking.
There we go. Insert plus the... numpad divide. I'm not good with these. With the insert plus right mouse click key. That's what I'm going to call it, because that's how it works. Usually it corresponds to clicking the right mouse button. So now we tap in Arch install again, and hopefully
L. Checking version. Set / modif mirrors. Arc install language English 1 mirror. Arc install language English 100%. Mirror. Locales dip mir. Arc install ESC to skip. Note. If a language cannot display it properly, a proper font must be set manually in the console. All available fonts can be found in /user/share/kbd/console fonts. For example, set font lat grk text 16 to display Latin /Greek/Cyrillic characters. English 100% default Arabic 9 Arabic English 100% set / modify locales mirrors.
now select mirrors is our next option.
Control C to reset. Set / modify the below options. Mirror region custom mirrors left arrow back. Custom mirrors. Mirror region.
Click mirror region.
ESC to skip. Control C to reset. TAB to select. Select one of the regions to download packages from. Albania, Australia, Azerbaijan,
Gotta go all the way down.
Georgia, Italy,
I wish.
blank. Select what blank. ESC blank. Russia, Reunion.
No, we're
Saudi
definitely
Arabia,
not downloading from there.
Singapore, Slovenia, South, Taiwan,
I'm looking for United Kingdom.
United Kingdom.
Here it is, United Kingdom.
ESC to skip. Control C to reset. TAB to select. Ukraine, United
Well,
Kingdom. ESC to skip. Control C to reset. TAB to select. Select one of the regions to download packages from. Georgia, Germany, Greece, Hong Kong, United Kingdom. Checking download speed of mirror.bytemark.co.uk to my fetching. http://mirror.bytemark.co.uk/arch/linux/core/os/x8664/core.db. Checking download speed of mirror.bytemark.co.uk to my fetching. https://mirror.bytemark.co.uk/arch/linux/core/os/x8664/core.db. Checking download speed of www.mirrorservice.org for my fetching. Custom mirror. Mirror region United Kingdom. Left arrow back. Mirror region United Kingdom. Left arrow back. Set / modify the below options. Arc install language. Disk config. Locales defined.
So
Mirrors defined. Locales defined.
we need to select set our locale now.
Control C to reset. Set / modify the below options. Keyboard layout as local language NUS. Local language NUS. Keyboard layout as. ESC to it to UK. UK.
Want UK,
Controls. Local language NUS.
local language.
NSG dot NUS. NUS. NZAR. NS. NS. NPA. NPA. NNZ. NIN. NI. 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 NH. NH. NGB dot UTF-8. Control C to reset. Set / local language NGB dot local encoding UTF-8. Left arrow back.
Go back.
Set / bootload disk configuration.
Disk configuration.
Control C to reset. Set / modify the below op. Left arrow back. Partitioning. Left arrow back. Left partitioning.
Select partitioning.
ESC to skip. Control C to reset. Select a partitioning option. User best effort default. Manual partitioning. User best effort default partition layout. ESC to skip. Control C to reset. TAB to select. Select one or more devices to use and configure. Model path type site loop back dip ATAV box hard disk /dev /SD8 cousin 94 GB 90001. Select which file system your main partition should use. BTRFF X4.
ext4.
Would you like to create a separate partition for /home? Yes. Default no. No. Yes.
Click
no.
no.
Control C to reset. Set/modify the below options. Partition in user best edit default partition layout LVM lock partition in user best LVM left arrow back left arrow back sets bootloader run disk encryption.
We don't need to do disk encryption, and our bootloader has already been set to grub.
Bootloader run swap true.
Swap is set up.
Hostname Arch Linux.
I'm going to keep it at Arch Linux.
Root password.
I'm not going to be needing a root password.
User account.
Now we can set up a user account.
Choose an object from the list and select one of the available actions for it to execute. Add a user confirm. Confirm. Add a user.
We're going to add a user.
Enter username, leave blank to skip. JORDN. Password for user Jordan. Password strength. Weak and one more time for verification. Should Jordan be a super user sudo? Yes. Default no. No. Yes. Default.
Then click yes. We're going to be a super user.
Choose an object from the list and select one of the available actions for it to execute. Add a user. Confirm and exit.
Confirm and exit.
Set/modif. Audio no audio sir. Profile.
We're going to click profile.
Control C to reset. Set/modify the below options. Type left arrow back. Press / to search. Left arrow back. Type. Type.
Now this could get confusing, but what you want to do is click type.
ESC to skip. Control C to reset. This is a list of pre-programmed default profiles. Desktop minimal. Desktop.
We want a desktop.
ESC to skip. Control C to reset. TAB to select. Select your desired desktop environment. BSP. Awesome.
So we've got awesome,
BSPWM.
budget,
Cinnamon. Qtefit. Deepin. Enlightenment. Gnome. Hyperland. i3WM. KDE Plasma. LXQT. Mate.
I want Mate because it's the most screen reader friendly desktop.
Control C to reset. Set/modify the below options. Type desktop graphics driver all open source.
Graphics driver, all open source, so that includes the VirtualBox ones. Well, I'm going to go ahead and install just the VirtualBox ones, so...
Brita Light graphics driver all open source.
Graphics driver.
Brita Light GTK Brita. Graphics driver all open. ESC AMD/ATI. Intel NVIDIA. VMware /VirtualBox open. All open.
VMware /VirtualBox
open source.
Going for that.
Control C to graphics type Brita left Brita Light GTK Brita.
Now you can actually choose what greeter you want here.
ESC GDM.
I'm going to go for GDM because it's the most accessible.
Control C to reset. Set/modify the below options. Graphics driver VMware Brita GDM. Left arrow back. Graphic type desk. Left arrow back.
I'm going to go back.
Kernels Linux.
Now, our next...
Audio no audio server.
Now, audio.
ESC Pipewire. No audio. Pulse audio.
Now, because I'm using VirtualBox, Pulse Audio is a must. So we're going to click Pulse Audio.
Set/modify the below options.
You can use Pipewire.
Install languaging. Additional packages.
You can use Pipewire if you want.
Kernels Linux.
I'm going to go to kernels.
ESC to kit. Linux hardened. Linux. Linux LTS.
Get the LTS Linux kernel.
Set/mod. Network configuration not configured. Unavailable unless set up. Additional packages.
Additional packages. Okay, so now you get to choose what packages you want.
Only packages such as base devel, Linux firmware, FIBootinger and optional profile packages are installed. If you desire a web browser, such as Firefox or Chromium, you may specify it in the following prompt. Write additional packages to install space separated. Leave blank to skip.
So I'm going to go ahead and install. Now you can install these, but what you're definitely going to want is Orca,
space
Firefox,
X space
because I want Firefox, Thunderbird.
Mail delivery subsystem.
space
Thunderbird is a good one. VLC.
space
I think I'll also install Blanket,
space
which is a white noise app. Should I have Alsa Utils?
LS space
E Speak Up.
space
We want Git,
GRT
especially if you're going to be using the AUR a lot.
space
What else do we want? I want on cloud. I think it's called on cloud client on here. And I'll install LibreOffice later, but for now I'm going to press enter on this.
Verifying that additional packages exist. This might take a few seconds. Set/modify the
And
below
they do.
options. Arc install language English. What? Time zone UTC. Network configuration not configured. Unavailable unless set up manually.
So network configuration is next.
ESC to skip. Use network manager necessary.
we'll click
to
network
set/modify
manager.
the below options. Arc install that automatic time sync. Time zone UTC.
Time zone.
ESC to Africa. UTC default.
Go for
Set
UTC.
modify. Optional repository. Automatic time sync NTP true.
Automatic time sync is true. Optional repositories.
Optional repositories.
That's if you want them.
Save configuration.
Save configuration.
Install.
And we're going to click install, and it's going to summarize everything we picked. So that's it. Once we press enter, it's going to go ahead and do what we told it to do. It hasn't actually gone and done this, but it's going to go ahead and do what we have specified. So let's press enter to finalize the installation.
This is your chosen configuration separator. Null. Additional repositories. Arc install language. English. Audio config. Audio. Pulse audio. Bootloader. Drum. Config version. 2.8.6. Debug. False. Disk config. Config type. Default layout. Device modifications. Device. /dev/SDA. Partitions. BTRFS. FPath. Null. Flags. Root. FS type. FAT32. Mount options. Mount point. /root. Obj ID. 07B3F13DF164-4F50.
Now I'm going to go ahead and press enter. I don't want to hear all this, but if all you can do all this, but if as long as all the core stuff matters to you, press enter.
Exclamation formatting /dev/SDA in 5.4.3.2.1. Wiping partitions and metadata. /dev/SDA creating partitions. /dev/SDA starting installation. Waiting for time sync time date till show to complete. Waiting for automatic mirror selection reflector to complete. Waiting for Arch Linux keyring sync Arch Linux keyring WKD sync to complete. The multilib flag is not set. This system will be installed without multilib repositories enabled. The testing flag is not set. This system will be installed without testing repositories enabled. Installing packages. Base devel, Linux firmware, Linux, BRLTTY, eSpeaker, also utils, drum, creating install root at /mnt/arc install gpg, /mnt/arc install /etc/pacman.d/gnupg/trustdb.gpg, trustdb created gpg, no ultimately trusted keys found gpg, starting migration from earlier GNU-PG versions gpg, porting secret keys from /mnt/arc install /etc/pacman.d/gnupg/secring.gpg to gpg agent gpg. Migration succeeded. Generating pacman master key. This may take some time gpg. Generating pacman keyring master key gpg. Directory /mnt/arc install /etc/pacman.d/gnupg/open privox.d created gpg. Revocation certificate stored as /mnt/arc install /etc /pacman.d/ganupg /open revox.d/3372 c4d7 ffpe2 dfe98f0 cdb0 mfs 5d94530 e38.ref gpg done updating trust database gpg marginals needed 3 completes needed 1 trust model PGP GPG depth 0 valid 1 signed 0 trust 0 Q 0 N 0 M 0 F 1 new installing packages to /mnt/archive total 13/182 541.8 MB.
Now it's downloading everything.
MB/SD gettext 0.22.5-2 1811.9 KB DB 5.3-5.3.28
Now I'm going to pause everything.
63.3 KB
Oracle VM virtual download can pause video report resumed.
Well, but through the magic of video editing, you didn't have to see the whole installation process. Now, what's happened now is
Arch Linux Arch.
I'm in a CH root environment, so we can go ahead and set things up. Now, I like to CH root into my Arch system just to change things. So I need to install GNOME keyring. So Pacman
space
S
space
GNOME
E dash
keyring. That'll allow OnCloud to save our password.
warning. GNOME keyring 1:46.2-1 is up to date. Reinstalling resolving the N root attach.
Okay, so I think it's already installed. Just making sure. I think it's been brought in as a dependency anyway. So let's try a D. Pack.
B
No, let's system CTL.
L space T F F T E F D F A E F F B F E F B E A K U
E
P
speak up.
root attach ISO slash
And it looks like it's already been set up for us, so we can click exit on the CH root.
E X I
We
T
don't need to do anything else.
D R F
Let's just check if Orca is installed. Pacman
space
S Orca.
F warning Orca 46.2 N root attach
And Orca is installed, so yeah, we don't need to do anything else. Orca is already installed for us, so that's a good thing because that's gonna enable us to use it when we actually log in. So let me click exit.
X I T exit installation completed without any errors. You may now reboot Arc install 122.
So we may now reboot. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the Arch installation media from the VM.
Camera. Oracle VM button. Arch Linux virtual machine.
So that's our good old Arch Linux.
Button. Arch Linux virtual machine. Button. Select where Linux. Button. Arch Linux.
There we go.
Arch Linux. Basic allows the serial for user in storage. Cans allow split button allow audio network serial USB-C net audio storage split OK cans allows the net audio store split button lists all list controller I'd list Arch Linux menu.
Take our ISO out.
Choose creative choose a disk file Arch Linux 2 Slit 6 Arch Linux 2024 remove disk from virtual drive Arch Linux settings window split button optical drive Alt D drop down button sub menu libc list all OK enter button Oracle VM.
And now there's no live CD in the draft.
Arch Linux running Oracle VM VirtualBox.
Now we can actually we're going to shut the VM down anyway.
F U T space dot 1746.99166 I/O error MSR 0 sector 1,006 OE message
In that case, I'll do a reboot.
message Command not. The space. 1765.301417 squash error. Unable to read fragment cache entry 20.
Or in that case,
Oracle work button, Arch Linux menu, set one move, extra, improve, show, arteries, close, save, act, power off, alt W,
Power
Oracle
off.
VM work button, edit, enter a search button, Arch Linux virtual machine.
so we're going to check if the VM can actually boot independently now, because we've installed Arch. Fingers crossed, it's working for us.
Button, Arch Linux virtual, set one move, extra, improve, start, alt, normal, start, Oracle VM virtual
We'll
box
click
manager,
normal start.
Windows, split button, list, Arch Linux powered off, Oracle VM virtual box, Arch Linux starting, Oracle VM virtual box, Arch Linux running, Oracle VM virtual box.
So we're simply waiting for Arch to start up. But once it does start up properly, we can simply press Alt Windows and S to turn on Orca.
Screen 18 push button grade.
And would you look at that? We do have.
Return password text.
It looks like it has installed Pipewire.
Circle. Circle. Panel. Screen 18 push button. Tab.
And we are indeed in the GNOME desktop.
Open new
Unfortunately.
panel grade. Screen reader preference tab. Tab. Le tab. 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 Le tab.
We
Escape.
are
Screen
unfortunately
reader preferences
in
tab.
GNOME.
Keyboard left progress bar up rail update beep update stick box not ticked. Space. Ticked. Left rail speak keyboard general page voice page speech pay tab. Enabled verbosity punctuate sum none. Left verbot enable speech pay rail pay echo pay tab. Enable space. Enable space. Enable space. Ticked. Left enable echo page. OK push the tab. Echo page tab. Left OK push the return. Screen reader settings reloaded.
But I wanted to install GDM anyway.
Overhead. D blank. Dialog logout Jordan logout push button.
Because we can actually change the desktop.
Screen 18
Through
push
the-
button grade. Not listed. Jordan push button return password text. Choose session
I'm
menu.
going to click choose
Return
session.
panel. Gnome. Gnome.org. Mate.
I'll click Mate.
Choose session menu. Left password text. Circle. Circle. Panel.
Now when we log back in, we should be on the Mate desktop.
Screen reader on. Desktop. Icon view.
Yep, here we are. We've got a working Arch system with the Mate desktop. Now, there's nothing else that we can do now. It's all ours to do with as we please.
Applications menu. Accessories and ramper mate for mate search to own cloud loomer. Take screen. And ramper up graphics menu. I of mate graphic internet market SSA market Firefox. Thunderbird market SSH serve into office menu. Natural document.
All we
viewer.
can see are the stuff that we've installed.
Office sound blanket. Qt sound VLC blanket. Qt sound VLC sound system market card. DKH log mate power market card.
We've got a minimal GNOME.
System accessories menu. System control applications menu. System control set references hardware and look and appearance. Card main pop-up no screensaver. Windows. Look and personal about assistive technologies.
So what I'm going to advise you do now is set assistive technologies up.
Set assistive technologies preferences dialog. Preferred applications push button. Enable assistive technologies tick box not ticked. Ticked. Keyboard accessibility push button. Mouse access help put close and lock close push preferred applications dialog. Accessibility page tab. Visual panel. Orca screen reader combo box. Orca screen reader. Run at start tick box not ticked. Ticked. Mobility panel. Help push close push button. Assisted tech enable a keyboard mouse at help put close and log out push close push button. Desktop. Icon.
So that's it. That's our Arch Linux install. It's all set up. It's ready for us to go. We don't need to do anything else. And we're up and running.
Oracle VM Virtual
Thank you for joining in. Thank you for watching.
Arch camera window. Pause with
And if you've got any
stop taping.
suggestions for the other Linux distributions to try, please let me know.
Pause caps lock on. Caps lock off. Stop taping video.
So we've got a working Arch installation. This is Jordan signing off saying have a good day everyone.